nightmare. So thank you all for joining me. Hope you're well. And thank you for coming on. I'm Nikki Thomas, Career Success Coach, and I'm talking to you today, episode 17 of the Monday Career Series. Can you believe we've been going for 17 weeks into the year 2020? But I wanted to talk about everything getting too overwhelming. We're in this state at the moment where everything is just getting on top of us, isn't it? It's quite an interesting situation that we're in. I feel that when we first went into lockdown around the world, we were all looking for, recipes to bake. We were looking at, exercises and PTs and PE with Joe, and everybody was busy and we were all just getting so much on. And I mean, everyone downloaded House Party app. Everyone was on it. Everyone was doing Zoom quizzes. It was just busy. And we've now been getting through this, and we're now over a month in, and coming up to our second month, and we're tired. We're tired. And one of the things that I've really noticed is that a lot of us seem to be busier now than what we were when we were before. I remember, usually when we go through and we have all of our social engagements, a lot of the time, if you've got two things on one day and you can't, logistically get from A to B, usually you'll say, no, I'm not going. But here we're in this situation where we're like, actively on all the time. We want to be talking to people. We don't want to feel like we're saying no to anything because we don't want to miss out on anything. It's almost like we've got FOMO about being online virtually. And it's just, we're quite interesting. I realize that we're now doing, chat after chat after chat, and it's just like on WhatsApp, followed by Zoom, followed by House Party. And Zoom fatigue is real. It is a thing. So, and then on top of that, we're also then doing stuff virtually online with our work as well. So we've got loads going on. We're chasing loads of things, and we are so worried that we're going to turn something down and we'll end up missing out on something, that we've almost got ourselves into just permanently being online. And so really have a look at your screen time and really notice how much you're doing, because chances are you're probably doing more than what you were doing before COVID, before lockdown. And be kind to yourself. Just give yourself a bit of a break, because everything is getting overwhelming, and we are trying to split ourselves 100 different ways. And we don't have the commute anymore, which was where we just put our earphones on and ignored everything around us. We don't have that anymore. We are now always on the go. And a lot of people I've also heard about are now working more than ever. They're also picking up new jobs. There's loads of people working in supermarkets that I know now. We've got to be kind to ourselves and realize all of this is actually taking a real toll on our mental health and sort of on our cognitive development as well. So give ourselves a break here. And then, as I say, not only is it Zoom fatigue, I'd say Netflix fatigue is also a thing. A lot of us are now watching a lot more Netflix. We need to sort of calm it down a bit, because even that is taking its toll on our brains. And also be aware of what you're watching as well, because huge action all day, every day is just quite overwhelming. So just be aware what you are subjecting yourself to every single day, as well as work, and how many times you are splitting what you're doing multiple times. So a lot of people are now saying that they're feeling overworked and overstressed, and feeling overworked, overwhelmed, and overstressed right now. So we are all in the same boat, and we are all in this together. And also being aware that this is toxic, right? This is toxic for our health, for our happiness, and everyone around us. So we need to start giving ourselves a break. Start putting time in your calendar as free time. Start having that break. Between 8:30 and 9, if you can, try and just give yourself a little bit of, me time with, put the earphones on if you can, and just try and have a break. But try and split your time. Try and make sure you're still going out for your walk every day, and still trying not to overwhelm yourself with too many things. So I've put together a few little tips and tools which should help in this situation. And so one of the things is list the responsibilities. So list the responsibilities that you are in control of right now. And this means, use your calendar and really just have a look at everything everything that's going on with you right now, and you'll actually notice you're probably doing more than what you were doing pre-COVID. So just be aware of all your responsibilities right now, and whether that is a parent that's juggling the kids and working and, and baking and house party and all this other stuff, or, even with like friendship engagements, how many times are you speaking to your friends and your family throughout the day? Also be aware of how much more you're doing, but how much harder this all is right now. We are working remotely. Do you know how hard working remotely used to be? We'd have to log on to the Cisco systems, and all of us hated it anyway because it'd always fall over. We're now in that situation where we're doing this every day. So, it is a lot harder. We are trying to learn how to work virtually. So, just give yourself a break and just be aware that this is harder. It's more on our brain, it's more strain, and it will feel more overwhelming. And prioritize what you're doing right now. What do you want to be doing more of? It's actually about you and about being happy as well. What do you want to be doing more of? How much heart and what brings the most value? Really start thinking about what brings the most value to you. What do you really love doing? What do you enjoy more? What lights you up? What is keeping you really, really happy? And, prioritize that. Like, don't like mess that up. Just like still make time for it if you can throughout the day. Then also look at what's important. What has a real urgent deadline? What bills need to be paid? What are the things that you need to do today? And then write those down or just highlight them. And you can do this on a Google sheet, write it down in front of you, pen and paper, but it really just gets the wood through the trees, just by putting it down in front of you and sort of just look through it. So, list out your responsibilities, be aware of how much harder you're working right now, and prioritize it. What are you really enjoying? And also what is important? But if you can get something you're enjoying is important, perfect. Work on that first. And, look at what your solution is. You have friends, you have family, you are not alone in this. So if you can speak to your friends, if you can speak to your family, if you can speak to your spouse, have those conversations and say, this is actually quite hard for me right now. I'm really trying to, juggle loads of plates and I'm frightened I'm going to drop something. Can you help me? And friends and family will help. Because that's what we do. We are all there for each other. We always want to help each other out. So don't feel like you're completely alone in this. And by putting everything down on paper in front of you, or on like Google sheet, a Google Doc in front of you, you'll be able to see it all laid out in front of you, and it will make more sense. And you won't feel so overwhelmed, because once it's all out, slowly you can start to manage it. And it just doesn't feel so big as what it did when it was all just gushing around in your head. So I hope that's really helped for you today. Don't forget, we're here every Monday, a little bit later today because I had a few tech issues, but every Monday on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. You can find me at, all my handles are Nikki Thomas Coach, all one word. And also for free career resources, to subscribe to my newsletter or to book in even a coaching call. It's 30 minutes, no obligation, and just a chance for us to really talk it through about your career. We're going through a really difficult time at the moment. We're trying to navigate a whole new normal. So don't feel like you're on your own. You can always give me a call. But I'll see you all next Monday if I don't see you before. Take care. See ya.